I'm a doctor, and I'm about to reveal the one supplement that almost every physician I know over 60 takes religiously, but you'll almost never hear them recommend it to patients. It's not a vitamin, it's not a mineral. And pharmaceutical companies hate it because it costs less than $5 a month and can't be patented. I've been taking it myself for years, and the research behind it is so compelling that I believe every person over 60 should at least consider it. Stay with me because what I'm about to share could change how you think about aging. The supplement I'm talking about is creatine monohydrate. Now, before you dismiss this as something only bodybuilders use, let me explain why this simple compound is quietly becoming one of the most important discoveries in aging science. Creatine isn't new. It's been studied for over 3 decades, but what's changed is our understanding of how it affects not just muscles, but the brain, bones, and cellular energy production in people over 60. Here's why doctors don't talk about it. Creatine is classified as a dietary supplement, not a drug. That means pharmaceutical companies can't patent it. There's no money in promoting it. No sales representatives visiting medical offices with glossy brochures. No continuing education credits for learning about it. The entire medical education system is built around prescription medications, not inexpensive supplements that actually work. It's not a conspiracy, it's just economics. Let me tell you what the science actually shows. A study published in the journal Experimental Gerontology followed older adults taking creatine combined with resistance training and found they gained significantly more muscle mass and strength compared to those who exercised without creatine. We're talking about increases in lean body mass, enhanced fatigue resistance, and improved performance in activities of daily living. For someone over 60, this isn't about looking better at the gym. It's about being able to carry groceries, climb stairs, and maintain independence. But here's where it gets really interesting. Creatine doesn't just help your muscles, it helps your brain. A systematic review published in Nutrition Reviews in 2025 analyzed multiple studies and concluded that creatine supplementation may benefit cognitive function in generally healthy older adults. The researchers noted improvements in memory, attention, and information processing speed. Think about that for a moment. A cheap, safe supplement that helps your brain work better as you age. The reason creatine works in the brain is the same reason it works in muscles. Your cells need energy to function. That energy comes from a molecule called ATP. Creatine helps regenerate ATP faster, which means your cells, whether in your biceps or your brain, have more energy available when they need it. As we age, our natural creatine levels decline, our muscles produce less. Our dietary intake decreases. Supplementing restores what time has taken away. Let's talk about sarcopenia, the medical term for age-related muscle loss. After age 50, you lose approximately 0.8% of your muscle mass per year. Muscle strength declines even faster at about 1.2 to 1.5% per year after age 50. This isn't just about weakness. Sarcopenia is directly linked to falls, fractures, loss of independence, and increased mortality. A meta-analysis published in Frontiers in Physiology in 2024 found that creatine supplementation combined with resistance training significantly increases the results of strength tests in older adults. Now I know what you're thinking. Is it safe? After all, you've probably heard rumors about creatine causing kidney damage or dehydration. Let me put those myths to rest. Multiple long-term studies have confirmed that creatine monohydrate is safe for healthy adults when taken at recommended doses. The International Society of Sports Nutrition has stated that creatine is one of the most well-researched and safest supplements available. Of course, if you have existing kidney disease, you should consult your doctor before taking any supplement. Here's something that really surprised me when I first learned it. Creatine may help your bones too. A study found that creatine supplementation combined with resistance training resulted in a greater increase in bone mineral density compared to resistance training alone. For someone over 60, especially women at risk for osteoporosis, this is significant. You're not just protecting your muscles, you're potentially protecting your skeleton as well. The cognitive benefits deserve more attention. A pilot study conducted at the University of Kansas Medical Center in 2025 tested creatine supplementation in Alzheimer's patients aged 60 to 90. After 8 weeks of taking 20 grams of creatine daily, participants showed moderate improvements in cognitive function. Now, this was a small preliminary study and more research is needed. But the fact that creatine is even being studied for dementia tells you how seriously researchers are taking its brain protective potential. Let me explain why older adults may benefit even more from creatine than younger people. As we age, several things happen. Our muscles naturally contain less creatine. Our dietary intake often decreases because we eat less meat. Our creatine transport efficiency changes. Our brain metabolism shifts. All of these factors mean that older adults may actually need supplementation more than young athletes who naturally have higher creatine stores. The research suggests that older adults may require additional cellular energy to complete cognitive tasks compared to younger individuals. So how should you take creatine if you decide it's right for you? The most studied form is creatine monohydrate. Forget the fancy versions with added ingredients. Plain creatine monohydrate is the gold standard. The typical maintenance dose is 3 to 5 grams per day. You can mix it into water, juice, or a smoothie. It's virtually tasteless. Some protocols suggest a loading phase of higher doses for the first week, but research shows that simply taking the maintenance dose daily will achieve the same tissue saturation over time. Timing doesn't seem to matter much. Some people take it before exercise, others after, and some take it with meals. What matters is consistency. Your creatine stores build up over time with regular supplementation. One missed day won't matter, but stopping for weeks will allow your levels to decline back to baseline. The effects of creatine supplementation are not immediate like caffeine. They develop gradually as your tissue stores increase. I want to be completely transparent about limitations. Creatine is not a magic pill. It works best when combined with resistance training. If you're sedentary and take creatine, you'll see some benefits, but nowhere near what you'd see if you combine it with regular strength exercise. The research consistently shows that the combination of creatine plus resistance training produces greater improvements than either intervention alone. So consider this supplement as part of a broader strategy, not a substitute for physical activity. There are also individual variations in response. About 20 to 30% of people are what researchers call non-responders. Their muscle creatine levels don't increase as much with supplementation, often because they already have naturally high levels. You won't know if you're a responder until you try. Most people notice subtle improvements in exercise recovery, energy, and mental clarity within the first few weeks. What about the pharmaceutical industry's alternative? Statins for heart disease, blood pressure medications, drugs for diabetes. Each of these addresses a symptom while often creating side effects that require additional medications. Meanwhile, creatine addresses the fundamental problem of cellular energy decline with aging, supports muscle, brain, and bone health simultaneously, and costs a few cents per day. I'm not saying you should stop taking prescribed medications. I'm saying there might be safe, effective supplements your doctor hasn't mentioned. Let's address common concerns. Does creatine cause water retention? Yes, creatine draws water into muscle cells. This is actually part of how it works, creating a more anabolic environment for muscle protein synthesis. The weight gain from creatine is mostly intramuscular water, not bloating or fat. For older adults concerned about kidney function, multiple studies have shown no negative effects on kidney markers in healthy individuals taking normal doses. The evidence for creatine in older adults continues to grow. A 2024 study in Frontiers in Physiology stated that creatine monohydrate supplementation during resistance training serves as a safe and effective approach to counteract the progression of sarcopenia. Researchers noted it increases lean tissue mass and strength compared to placebo and resistance training alone. This isn't fringe science. This is mainstream research published in reputable journals. I'll tell you exactly what I do. I take 5 grams of creatine monohydrate every morning mixed into my coffee. It dissolves completely and has no taste. I've been doing this for years. I combine it with resistance training 3 times per week. At my age, I'm not trying to become a bodybuilder. I'm trying to maintain the muscle mass, bone density, and cognitive function I need to stay active, independent, and mentally sharp for as long as possible. If you're considering creatine, here's my practical advice. Start with 3 to 5 grams daily of pure creatine monohydrate. Buy it in powder form from a reputable manufacturer. Avoid products with added ingredients, artificial sweeteners, or proprietary blends. Take it consistently, ideally at the same time each day. Combine it with resistance exercise at least twice per week, and give it time. The benefits accumulate over weeks and months, not days. Talk to your doctor before starting any new supplement, especially if you have kidney disease, are taking medications, or have other health conditions. While creatine is remarkably safe for most people, your physician knows your complete medical history and can help you make an informed decision. Don't be surprised if your doctor hasn't heard much about creatine for aging. Most medical education focuses on pharmaceuticals, not supplements. The bottom line is this. Creatine monohydrate is one of the most researched, safest, and most effective supplements available for adults over 60. It supports muscle mass, strength, bone density, and cognitive function. It costs almost nothing compared to prescription medications, and yet most doctors won't mention it because it falls outside the pharmaceutical model of medicine. Now you know the secret that many physicians keep for themselves. If you found this information valuable, share it with someone over 60 who needs to hear it. And if you want to learn more about how to combine creatine with the right exercises for maximum benefit after 60, I cover that in my next video. Subscribe so you don't miss it, because the combination of the right supplement with the right training can make the difference between struggling and thriving as you age.